I still believe they blew their shot early, introducing Lou season finale last season. But anywho, the ghost of Lou still looms large in this. So let's get into it. At the end of last season, Will moved out. He was so upset that everybody lied to him his entire life. What his life is a fraud, a lie, blah 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 blah. Okay. So Will's been living with Jazz for 2 weeks. Will's been hustling street ball. All right. The family back at home admits that Will confides to everybody except Uncle Phil. Hillary is now the manager of the social media house. Her friend Ivy bought out Kylo after they found out he was in debt and was behind on the mortgage. If you remember, Hillary was stuck in a very bad contract with Kylo, the original social media house manager, and trying to get out of the contract. She never told her father all this, which I still don't understand how she. That's another plot hole, but I'm not going to get into all that. Ashley, little gay ass Ashley. Ashley's still gay. Ashley's still gay. She wants Will to come to her birthday party because her birthday is coming up pretty soon. Carlton then picks up Will. Will gives Carlton money. Will doesn't want anybody to control his life since he fought with Lou. Will does not want Uncle Phil's help. Uncle Phil goes back to his law firm wanting to help people, right? Viv has an interview in Fine Art Quarterly. Viv tells Phil she wants him to apologize to Will. At school, Connor, the white kid, and Carlton are no longer friends. If you remember last season, Carlton broke Connor's arm during a practice, lacrosse. Carlton admits he's cooler by hanging with Will. A girl named Yasmin likes Carlton. Vivian gives her interview and wants to focus on black emerging talent. Michael Eiley from last season, the guy Reed, the one that basically got her the spotlight, he said he had a different idea for her fellowship for her art show. Okay, because remember there was some lines being crossed between Reed and Viv. All right. Will then arranged a time to talk to Lisa about their relationship. Lisa is the daughter of the chief of police that ran for mayor against Uncle Phil. Uncle Phil said, I quit to go spend time with my family. So now Lisa's daddy is now the mayor of LA. At the social media house, Ivy brandishes her champagne brand and tells Hillary she has to fire the Black brothers. If you remember, it's a social media house, and they had the two black kids that always did practical jokes. And Hillary and Ivy said this is going to be a female-only social media house. So Hillary has to fire the black guys, the black content creators. She then complains to Jazz about Ivy's management style. Jazz wants to go public with their relationship. She says no. Tatiana Ali comes in. She's a guest star. She plays Mrs. Hughes. She's one of Ashley's teachers. She gives Ashley a book about Black Panthers. It's called A Revolution Has Come. It focuses on the role of black women in the Black Panther Party. Will and Carlton join the Black Student Union to expand Carlton's horizons because Carlton has to get back around his people now because he spent way too much time with the white boys. Now Will's like, you got to come back to the black kids, okay? Ashley is Yasmin. Yasmin is the Black Student Union president. There's a kid named Bobby that chastises Carlton for being a no-show. Carlton says they're complainers and not doers. They don't run for student government. They don't care about issues that will actually change the life for black students. Yasmin is sold. Phil wants his firm. He goes back to work. He wants his firm to do more humanitarian work, but his partner James kind of brushes him off. Now, James keeps saying, well, it's your firm. And then Phil says, no, it's our firm, right? So I suspect down the road, they're going to try to force Phil out of his own firm. I could be wrong, but the way his interaction with James kind of just all brushed off all that. She's like, hey, brother, you just came back. Yeah, all these great humanitarian things you want to do. Okay, yeah, brother. Yeah, we got it. We'll take care of it. Yeah. So I think since he's been gone, they've been plotting to get rid of Phil. Okay. Tatiana Ali character, Mrs. Hughes, is arguing with the school administrators about not being heard. Ashley overhears the conversation. Ashley is now wearing a Love is Love rainbow pin, and she wears rainbow hearts on her sweater and her backpack. Like I said, she's gayed out now. Okay, she's gayed out. Jeffrey returns. And like I said last season, it'd be a waste of a character to fire Jeffrey to not have him come back. Jeffrey returns. He meets Will at his school. He called Jeffrey for advice. He blames Phil for Will's life being based on a lie. Will claims he's now his own man. Jeffrey tells him a real man faces things that scares him. He tells Will Phil fired him and to go talk to Uncle Phil. All right. Jeffrey then shows up to Phil and Viv's house. He gives them Ashley's birthday card. He tells Phil Will is looking for direction and is back street hustling. Jeffrey apologizes to Phil for overstepping his bounds and letting his own personal issues with his own son cloud his judgment. Phil brushes him off. He says, "Thank you for the update." So then Viv walks Jeffrey out while looking at Phil shaking her head. Okay. So then later on, Will's attending Ashley's birthday party. Will can't keep avoiding Uncle Phil. Jazz tells, oh shit, did I miss something? Oh man. Wait. Oh wow. I messed up. Hold up. Nope, we're good. Okay. Will's getting ready for the Ashley's birthday party. Will can't. He decides he can't keep avoiding Phil. Jazz tells Will Hillary isn't ready to commit. Will gets a phone call to play ball for an agent named Doc. He's an AAU agent for a traveling team. Will faces off against Big Dre. He beats Big Dre 7-4. I calculated 7-4. It was like a David versus Goliath because Big Dre is like 6'9", 250, and somehow Will beats him. I mean, it was cool. Okay. He impresses Doc, but Doc says he's not taking any more clients. Will meets Jackie at the basketball game. Then he leaves with Jazz to go to Ashley's birthday party. Will and Jazz make it on time to the yacht before it leaves. Ivy brought more of her champagne. Hillary checks Ivy about partnership roles. Ivy goes after Jazz. Vivian tells Will he's missed. Vivian shakes her head at Will. Hillary ice grills Jazz and Ivy because Ivy asks her, "Say, is Jazz single? Is he off the market?" She's like, yeah, no, I don't know. And she says, "Well, I'll go find out for myself." Okay. So then Will tells Hillary that Jazz is really into her. Carlton then tells his dad it's a celebration about family. He says Will was man enough to show up. So then Phil sits down with Will. He tells Will about owning up to his own mistakes, and he's not sorry for protecting him, but Will says being lied to his life hurts. Phil apologizes to Will and tells him whenever he's ready to come back home, he can. Okay, so then Saweetie makes an appearance at the birthday party and sings happy birthday to Ashley. Will admits he loves Lisa but wants to take a break. Will then moves back in the home. Back at the social house, Jazz and Ivy and Hillary are putting up more of her champagne bottles. Ivy then kisses Jazz. Hillary says nope. She confesses she's with Jazz. Jazz is her man. And she tells Jazz, I want you to be my man. So the woman told the man, I want you to be my man. Social dating dynamics have changed. I told you Hollywood is listening. Okay? Vivian is disappointed in her magazine article. She's called a forgotten artist, and none of her quotes were used. Carlton then thanks Will for pushing him out of his comfort zone. Doc then calls Will and decides to check out his next basketball game. Doc then learns he's related to billionaire Banks. Phil Banks is a billionaire. There's an article that Doc is looking up. He says, I guess, everything ain't what you see. Because he's not my typical kid. And it shows, the next screen slide he shows is billionaire Banks. So Uncle Phil is a billionaire in this series. I did not know. Okay, that is episode 1, season 2 of Bel Air. I'm hooked. Yes, a lot of missteps in the first season. I hope they rectify it. I'm not going to get too nitpicky on the plot holes, but I'm excited for this. Every Thursday on Peacock, Bel Air, I will be watching and doing breakdowns.